Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. I will be with you in a couple of moments. Please be patient. What a morning. What a very busy morning indeed. Hello everyone, welcome. Here we are again. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We are back once again. And everything is looking slightly more normal today. Apologies for being late. I am very sorry for being late, but I have had a very busy morning on the telephone, taking calls, doing all sorts of things. It has been a very busy Saturday morning. Welcome everybody. It is English Addict Live. And yes, we are all here together again. Welcome. Oh, hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope you are feeling happy today. Yes, we are all happy together again on Planet YouTube. I hope you are feeling good. It is the weekend. Oh my goodness, it doesn't feel like it though, does it? To be honest. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. It doesn't feel like the weekend because every day feels exactly the same. Anyway, we are all here together. Yes, the weekend has arrived. Not that it really matters at the moment because we seem to be all sharing a very long weekend. However, it is still Saturday. I hope you are feeling happy today. Yes, we are all back here again. And it is a soggy Saturday outside. The weather today is very miserable, gloomy, maybe. Some people might say that today is overcast and grey. Well, they would be right, because today is a little bit gloomy outside, to say the least. There is the view in the garden. Now, the garden is looking rather green. I'm sure you can see, just as I can, that the garden is looking rather nice at the moment. Everything has come out. All of the leaves are now out. You can see many of the trees in the distance have their leaves as well. So everything is looking rather nice at the moment in the garden. And into the distance you will see just how grey everything is. So we have lots of grey skies, lots of rain this morning. However, it isn't as windy as yesterday. Yesterday was very windy, but today it is not too bad, despite the grey clouds and also the rain as well, which is why I am back in the studio. I thought we would do something slightly more normal today. So we are doing something a little more normal, whatever that is. And one of the things we are talking about today is, believe it or not, normality. What is normal? Mr. Duncan, you are giving us some food for thought. Oh, I like that expression. When we say food for thought, we are talking about something that is given for us to consider or think about carefully. Food for thought. Something, maybe some information that you are given that makes you think, oh, yes, that is food for thought. It is something that has been offered or mentioned, maybe something you have read that makes you think carefully about a certain subject. It is food for thought. By the way, if you want captions, you can. All you have to do is press C on your keyboard. And guess what? You can have captions live. I don't believe it. It's incredible, Mr. Duncan. How is that even possible? Well, you can say thank you to YouTube. Because of their wonderful technology, you can now have live captions. So that is how you do it. For those wondering who I am, my name is Mr. Duncan, and I'm an English teacher. I've been doing this on YouTube for ever such a long time. A very long time indeed. And that is my name. And during these past 2 or 3 weeks, in fact, it might be almost a month, I've been doing these live streams every single day. So I've actually been with you every day. Can you believe it? For quite a while, I've been here doing this every single day. We are talking about what is normal. What is normal? When we talk about things that are normal, how are we expressing that word? Are there more than one way to describe or express what is normal? So that coming up later. You might notice already today that I have a slightly bad throat. So my throat at the moment is feeling very rough around the edges. And that is because of, well, 2 things. First of all, I've been using my voice for many, many days without a rest. So I think my voice is starting to wear out. Also, the other thing is I have been suffering from hay fever over the past few days. When I say hay fever, it has nothing to do with that, okay? Hay fever. It is completely separate It is nothing to do with that particular thing. It is something I get every single year. It is seasonal. It is something that I get every year. So at the moment, my voice is feeling very sensitive and maybe even worn out because I've been using my voice so much over the past few days. Hello to the live chat. I should not forget the live chat because, of course, you are here with me as well. So, hi everybody. I hope you are feeling good and happy today. I know at the moment it is very hard to stay happy. Maybe you are having bad days. Maybe sometimes you think, oh, I can't stand this situation. However, I will be here and I will try my best. I will endeavour. Ooh, I like that word. I will endeavour. So if you endeavour, it means you vow. You say, I will definitely try my best. I will endeavour to be here with you during this strange period of time every single day. So I will try my best. So once again, hello to the live chat. Hello, Anna Pika and also Grace Chin. You are both first on today's live chat. Congratulations to you. I hope you are feeling good today, because I'm not feeling too bad. Thank you also, Irene. Thank you, Luis Mendez. Oh, Luis Mendez is here today. Thank you for joining me once more, Luis. Limison. Hello, Limison Tran. Hello to you. Where are you watching at the moment? Nice to see you. Francesca is here. Yes, I was slightly late today, for which I apologise, but I was very busy this morning. Also, my voice is starting to disappear. I think I've been using my voice so much over the past few days, so I think maybe that is the reason why. Hello, also Irene Nguyen Min. Hello to you. Thank you very much for your compliment on my view. Thank you very much. Ari is here. Apparently it is very sunny in Norway. Okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, here in the UK, we don't have any sunshine today. Despite the fact that over the last few days, we have had a lot of sunshine. And it will be returning next week. The weather forecast for next week is very nice and warm and sunny next week. So I would imagine that at some point next week I will be back in the garden again. Today we are in the house. We are right here in the studio in front of my big bookcase. Do you like my bookcase? Isn't it beautiful? All of the books behind me. Wow, Mr. Duncan. Have you ever read all of those books? Maybe. Perhaps. So at the moment there is a great trend with people who are appearing on their web camera. They are all in front of bookcases. I don't know why they do it, but I would imagine they put the bookcase behind them, or maybe they position their camera in front of the bookcase. And then when they are sitting there, talking about their subject or maybe the thing they are discussing, they look intelligent. People will think, "Ooh, look at that person. They have lots of books behind them. I think they must be very clever." Maybe, maybe not. So I've got my lovely big bookcase behind me. I also have something else with me today. Can you see what I have here next to me? Oh, something that was delivered to my house this morning. Something that came through the post. So my postman knocked the door and then he ran away. So that apparently is what they are doing now. So when the postman comes to your house, he knocks the door and then he runs away. He just leaves all of your packages on the doorstep. So that is what happens here in the UK when the postman comes to your door. When the postman arrives, he will knock the door and then beep, 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 run away. That is how we are doing it during these strange times. So this came through my door this morning. I had a really nice surprise. Do you like surprises? I know sometimes surprises can be nice things and also they can be nasty things. So a nice surprise, nasty surprise, nasty. Something that is horrible, something that makes you feel unhappy, something that comes your way and makes you feel upset, something nasty, something horrible, something that is very negative. It is very nasty. So you can have a nice surprise, pleasant surprise, or you can have a nasty surprise, a horrible surprise. Oh, hello to the live chat once again. I don't want to forget you. However, this has made my morning very special. Do you know what it is, though? Well, Mr. Duncan, it looks like a bird. Mr. Duncan, we know what a bird looks like. I'm pretty sure you do. But what type of bird is this? So this is something that was sent to my house. I don't know where it came from, but now I am here to give this little bird a good home. Not only that, but this particular bird will also sing as well. Would you like to sing a little song? I love it. So thank you very much to my mystery admirer, someone who knows me very well because I like birds a lot and also I like collecting these particular birds. So I have lots of these birds in my house. So thank you very much to whoever sent this. I have a feeling I know who it is. I have a little feeling that I know who sent this, but thank you very much. It is absolutely lovely. What type of bird is it? Does anyone know what bird it is? Hello to Vitas. Hello also to Lena. I am very happy when I can't... Oh, sorry. The opposite. I am very unhappy when I can't find money for my vodka. Oh dear. I don't like the sound of that. Hello also TS. Hello TS. Nice to see you here as well. Hello TS. Do you like my bird? Isn't it lovely? But that bird is not real. Well, I know it's not real. I can tell that. I know it's not real because I keep trying to feed it and it never takes any of the food. Also, it doesn't poop, which actually might be a good thing when you think about it. So this is my little present, the gift that I received this morning as a nice surprise. And as I said, surprises sometimes can be nice or not so nice. Hello to Anna Pika. Hello also to Evangelina. Hello Evangelina. Now I can't see all of the posts on the live chat at the moment, so I can only see some of the live chat here on my phone. So hello once again to Evangelina. Nice to see you back as well. Partridge Aves. Mr. Duncan, I am suffering from a headache. due to using the phone too much. Tell me how much I should use the phone and how much you use it. Well, I never, and this is something, now I don't want to start talking about all of these strange things that people are talking about at the moment. You know what I'm on about. Things that are nothing like that. However, I don't like to use anything like a mobile phone or anything too close to my head. So even if I use my mobile phone, if I use my cell phone, I always use it hands-free. So I have the speaker on so I can hear the person without putting the phone to my ear. So that's how I tend to do it. Normally when I use my phone, if it is my cell phone, or of course in the house we have telephones that have no wire. So they are cordless phones. I never use that near my head. So to be honest with you, from my point of view, I never put anything too close to my head. I never put a cell phone or a cordless phone. I never have them near my head anyway. Just for safety reasons, just because I like to be cautious. So that's why. The other thing that I'm a little concerned with, the other thing that I sometimes think, that doesn't seem right. Have you seen those little headbuds or earbuds that you put in your ears, and they are wireless, but they are right next to your brain? So that's the other thing. I don't know if they are safe or not. I'm not saying that they are not safe. Can we just make that clear? However, I always feel a little anxious when I see people with those earbuds in their ears, and there are no cables. So there must be some sort of radio frequency going around near their head. I know they are Bluetooth connected, so maybe that is not so bad. But I do like to be careful sometimes. I'm not paranoid. Before anyone says, Mr. Duncan, you are just paranoid. I'm not. So these are things that I just like to be careful of. Not because I am paranoid. So I don't have any problem with mobile phones or mobile phone signals. I just don't like to put things too close to my head, because I like my brain. My brain is a very important thing to me, even though it doesn't really serve any purpose. I still treasure my brain quite a lot. So I hope that answers your question, Partridge. That was a very long answer. My sons enjoy it when you say hello. They are 6, 7, and also 13. Hello, Blanca. And hello to your sons as well, watching out there in YouTube land somewhere. Hello to you. Hello to you. Hello. How many more times can I say hello to you? It's so nice to have you here today. And it is. It's lovely to have you with me. Hello, Constantine. Oh, hello, Constantine. I haven't seen you for a while. It seems ages since I last saw you here. Hello, Tsunami Girly. Hello to you. That's a very unusual name you have there. I will send you a little wave. Hello, Evangelina again. Hello also, Doroka. Small things make you happy. That is true. Throughout my life, I've always been very pleased by small things. And this little bird has made me very happy today. I was so excited, I couldn't believe it when I opened the package. And inside, there was this little bird. And it is a song thrush. It is a beautiful thrush. Look at that. And on the back, there is some information about this particular bird as well. So there you can see there is some information. You might not be able to see it, but there is a little bit of information about the bird. And as I said earlier, it also sings as well. I love it. I think I will be playing with that. I will be playing with that for the rest of the day. I think so. Hello, Victor, Khalid, Manuel, also Cecilia is watching as well. A lot of people are already tuning in. Nice to see you back here. I am in the studio today. The weather has been terrible over the past 10 or 15 hours, so I've decided to stay indoors today. Vitas says, is the bird a cuckoo? It is not a cuckoo, it is a song thrush, a very lovely bird. And sometimes I get this particular bird in my garden, and quite often they will be having a little bath at the back of my house. So quite often we get song thrushes, and in the evening you can often hear the song thrush singing in the trees. It is the most amazing sound. We will be talking about birds in a few moments. I have some very good news concerning a certain type of bird here in the UK. Some good news. Yes, we can have good news. It would appear at the moment we rarely hear any good news. But right now there is some good news coming your way about a certain type of bird. Mr. Duncan, you look very serious with your necktie. Well, this is how I normally dress when I'm doing my English Addict shows. So, because we are doing the English Addict today, I'm wearing my tie and my white shirt, and I'm standing in front of all of my books in my little private library here in Much Wenlock. Thanks, Mr. Duncan. I wrote to you before, I know. Here it is also very busy and not easy to catch all of the messages. I hope everything is all right with you, Evangelina. If there is anything you want to say, please tell us. Francesca, why do people escape from bad places? You made the right decision to go away from there. Again, I'm not sure what that relates to. Is that about me? Maybe. Hello also to Awara. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I am new and it is my first time to listen to you. Hello, Awara Abbas. Hi there and welcome to my live stream. Yeah. Nice to see you here today. And I hope you are feeling very comfortable sitting here watching the live stream with lots and lots of other people as well. Hello also Darrow83. Mr. Duncan, you have got a substantial blob on your white cap. Have I? There? Do you mean there? There is something on the top of my hat. You are right. It looks unexciting. I don't know why. Well, that is actually part of the hat. So that is actually part of this hat. So this is not something I've added. This is actually part of the hat. Unfortunately, I can't remove it. If I take this off, then my hat will fall to pieces. Hello, Manuel. I am making a very super duper soup. Nice. Please don't talk about food at the moment. I am feeling a little hungry because I've had no breakfast today. I was so busy. I was doing all sorts of things and I was so busy I forgot to have my breakfast. So I've had nothing to eat today so far. Nothing at all. Hello, Manuel. You are making soup with vegetables, beans, lentils, and also rice. Thank you very much for letting me know that you are doing that. I might come round to your house because I'm feeling hungry and I like the sound of your soup. It sounds very delicious. My mouth is starting to water at the thought of all that delicious soup. Very nice. Mr. Duncan, I am a new member and I will spend 2 hours to listen to you live every day. Thank you so much, my idol. Trong Ha Van. Hello to you. And I would imagine, I'm going to guess, I don't know exactly, but I think maybe you are in Vietnam. Am I right? So welcome to Trong Ha Van watching in Vietnam. And welcome to my live stream. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you here today. Wherever you are watching in the world. I am trying to work out, I'm not sure what has happened with Evangelina because I can't see the original message. But I hope it's nothing too bad or nothing too serious. Mr. Duncan, your tie. Do you like my tie? I think my tie looks lovely. There it is. It is purple. One of my favourite colours, you see, is purple. Even though some people say that this is pink. It's not pink. This is purple. Honestly, it's not pink. Even though some people say it is. But it isn't. It's purple. Sorry, Mr. Duncan, because you can catch my information. I know you would like to know what was happened. Anyway, many thanks for your interest. That is okay. Thank you very much, Evangelina. I'm always concerned. Anything that concerns you concerns me. Don't forget that. Francesca, also Dolly Dang. Hello, Dolly Dang. Nice to see you here as well. Serene Snow. Oh, yes. Mr. Duncan is like a dog. Mr. Duncan is like a dog with a new toy. Mr. Duncan is like a dog with a new toy. Maybe you're right, but I love this. I love my little surprise. We are going to talk about words connected to surprise, receiving a nice surprise, something that makes you feel good, or maybe a surprise that makes you feel not so good. Hello, also Lena. Yes, we have some good news coming up about a certain type of bird here in this country. Would you like to find out what it is now? Okay, we will do it now. All right, I don't mind. I will tell you now what it is. So here is one particular bird. This is a type of bird that is quite common. However, many years ago, there used to be many of these birds, but over the past 20 years, this particular bird has started to disappear for various reasons. One of the main reasons is the use of land for farming and also pesticides, things that are put on the crops to help them grow better. So this particular bird is a house sparrow. House sparrow. And today it was announced that the house sparrow has become more common once more. So apparently their numbers have increased. And the house sparrow you can see at the moment on your screen, that is a male house sparrow. And they are quite common across the UK. I remember as a child, I would always see and hear the house sparrows singing, and you would see them flying around the houses. So they were a very common sight, house sparrows. And here you can see two house sparrows. The one on the left is the male, and the one on the right is the female. So a pair of house sparrows. So there is some nice news, some good news. The house sparrows are starting to make a comeback. there are more and more house sparrows appearing across the UK, which I think is pretty good news. It sure is. Definitely. Abdella, why is the weather always bad in the UK? It isn't always bad. For the past few days, I've been in my garden in the sunshine. We've had some amazing weather here in the UK during the past few days. And also next week, it's going to get very warm and very sunny again. So if you watch me next week, you will see that we don't always have rain. We don't always have grey clouds in the UK. Sometimes we have sunshine, we have warmth as well. So not everything is gloomy and grey here in the UK. Thank you very much. No, it isn't episode 75 today. It is episode 62 of English Addict, you see. So this is actually one of my English Addict lessons. It isn't one of my Strange Times lessons, because we are living through very strange times. However, we are at episode 62 of English Addict, you see. Hello, also Anna. I prefer you with the white shirt and tie. You look really elegant that way. Thank you very much. I like to look smart. I remember many years ago when I was working in another profession, I always had to wear my shirt and tie. I always like to look smart. So if you are trying to give a professional appearance, or maybe you want people to feel comfortable with your presence, sometimes you have to look smart. Sometimes you have to wear nice clothes. So that's what I'm doing today. And normally when I do my English Addict lessons, I always wear my white shirt and my purple tie. It is purple, honestly. It isn't pink. It's purple. Hello, TS. Did you know that episode 62 of English Addict, 62, is also the international phone code for Indonesia? And also I know that the code for the UK is 44. That is true. So if you are calling the UK from another country, you have to put plus 44 in front of the number. And if you are calling Indonesia, you have to put plus 62. So that is the international dialing code. So quite often you will have to put a code in front of your phone number if you are calling a place that is outside your area. Evangelina, Mr. Duncan, there is nothing good about the news from my brother-in-law. Oh, he passed away and they did the funeral last Thursday. Anyway, he now rests in peace. I'm really sorry to hear that. I know you were concerned last week about your brother-in-law because he went missing. So I'm very sorry to hear that. Very sorry. Anna Pika, your bird is looking at you and it's thinking, oh, very elegant. Mr. Duncan looks very elegant today. I'm not sure. I couldn't possibly comment on how I look because that would be very big-headed and vain, don't you think? So I think I look okay. I look smart and presentable. I always try to. Anyway, I always try my best. Have you had any lunch yet? No, not yet. I haven't had anything to eat today. I've had nothing to eat. Can you believe it? Because I was so busy. Francesca says, oh, I like it when you are wearing the T-shirt with the blue stripes. It makes me feel like it is summer. Maybe I will wear that next week. Maybe I will wear my blue T-shirt next week. Who knows? You must have your breakfast. It is very important every day. Thank you, Dorota. You are right. I think you are correct there. Definitely. Hello, Cap Devi. Why is the reason you are always in a good mood? Is it due to your nature? I like it. You make us pass with your very good entertainment and your learning moments. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Cap Devi. You are welcome. It's no problem. I suppose I always try to look on the bright side. I always try to be positive in everything I do. I know that the world is not perfect. I know that good things happen and bad things happen. I am very aware of that. Maybe I am more aware than you realise just how bad things can be sometimes. So yes, it is happening at the moment. Everyone is having a bad time. However, I always try to keep positive. I always try to find something to keep me occupied, something to do, something to keep my interest. And of course, I realise also that not everything in the world is bad. There are lots of good things as well. Like this little bird, you see. So this bird was delivered to my house today, and it's such a simple thing. And yet, it made me so happy. I was so excited. I was giggling like a child when I opened the package. I wish you could have seen me when I opened the package and saw it. I was so excited. Hello to Francisco says your tie is pink. My tie is purple. It's purple. Not pink, purple. It's like that dress. Do you remember the dress? There was a dress about 4 years ago that everyone was fighting over because some people thought the dress was blue and others thought it was red, I think. I can't remember exactly what the colours were. I can't remember the colours, but I do remember that people were fighting over the colour of that particular dress. So maybe today people will be fighting over the colour of my tie. Mr. Duncan, it's purple. Mr. Duncan, it's pink. We think it's purple. We think it's pink. So please, no fighting. No fighting over my tie, please. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Hello, Mikkel. Mikkel Pudelko. How is it going? It is going all right, but also I think my voice is also going. Because I've been using it so much over the past 20, 30 days. That is the real problem. I think I've been using my voice too much. It's very good news about the house sparrow. It is. So more and more house sparrows are now flying around here in the UK after a long period of their numbers starting to decline. So there used to be many, many house sparrows, a very common sight during my childhood. However, over the past 20 years, their numbers have dropped a lot. However, there are many reappearing. So that's good. Very good news. My fam, Mr. Duncan, your voice is very nice. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. Mr. Duncan, I have a question. Is the word direction pronounced two ways? I've only really heard direction. Direction. Although you might hear some people say direction. So it is very similar to neither and neither. Direction. You might hear some people say direction. Direction. So direction, direction. So there might be a difference, and quite often that depends on the accent. It really does depend on which accent is being used. Helena, I hope all is okay with your tooth. I think that is a message for Lewis. I think so. Hello also to T. Hong Nguyen, who says, I love the British accent. Thank you very much. I'm pleased to hear that. I know nowadays, because a lot of people are subjected or they watch a lot of American television. A lot of people think, oh, I think the American accent is much better. However, there are people who still like the British accent, even though quite often in movies, especially American movies, quite often the villain or the bad person is British. I've never understood that. Why do British people and why does the British accent make such a good bad person or a villain? So if you have a villain or a bad person in a movie or TV show and they have a British accent, for some reason it's more sinister, it's more threatening. I don't know why. Why is the British accent used so often when there is a villain or a bad person in a movie? Vitas, do you know that song thrush belongs to the blackbird family? Their call quite often is very similar as well. So I know from experience, I've been walking around at night and I've seen lots of birds in the trees and I've heard what I thought was a song thrush. But when I look up, it isn't. It's actually a blackbird. So sometimes you can mistake the song of a blackbird for a song thrush, and also vice versa, the other way round. Hello also to Anapika. Mr. Duncan, this morning I saw your live stream recorded last year concerning marriage. And I saw Mr. Steve was dressed like a bride. It was too funny, really. I remember that. That seems like such a long time ago. Can you believe this year? It will be 4 years since I first started doing my live streams. 4 years doing live streams. And this year it will be 14 years that I've been teaching English here on YouTube. I can't believe it. Where does the time go? It flies by so quickly. Evangelina, Mr. Duncan, did you like the birds and are you feeding them? But please be careful because they make a lot of dirt. This is true. And that is one of the things that people say about birds, especially if you like to attract birds to your garden. You have to make sure that you clean the mess that they make. So I am always aware that sometimes birds can be a little messy. I think we will leave it at that. But you know what I'm talking about. Poop. Hello also to Anna. I've always loved your love of nature, and I love nature very much. When I was living at my previous house, I made a few videos concerning nature, and quite often I would go for a walk and I would do some filming. So yes, many years ago I was doing that. And to be honest with you, I still love nature just as much. I am still as fascinated by nature as I was 10, 20 years ago. I love it. Thanks for your company today. A lot of people are here. And what was Mr. Steve doing yesterday? That is a good question. And for those who didn't see the live stream yesterday, Mr. Steve was busy in the garden. Would you like to see Mr. Steve in the garden yesterday? He was very busy. You will see him arrive. Come on, Mr. Steve. There he is. Come on. Get some work done. So there is Mr. Steve. Yesterday, he was in the garden. He was working very hard all day. And can you see what he's doing there? He's actually picked up a worm and he's thrown it to the edge of the garden because he knows that the blackbird will come down and eat it. So yesterday, as Mr. Steve was digging the garden with his spade, Lots of birds were coming down, including blackbirds and also robins as well. So we had quite a few birds in the garden yesterday. They were all feeding as Mr. Steve was doing the gardening. He was keeping himself very busy yesterday. Hello, Cap Devi. Oh, hello, Cap Devi. Thank you very much for your donation on the live stream. Hi, Steve. Can you see us? Did you see Steve then? He just looked up. So that is what Mr. Steve was doing yesterday. He was in the garden working very hard. The big question is, what is Mr. Steve doing today? I will give you a clue. He is not in the garden. Thank you once again, Cap Devi, for your lovely super chat donation live here. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Thank you, Anna Pika, as well. Mr. Duncan, do you know a song called Have You Ever Seen the Rain? I love it. Have you ever seen the rain? I feel as if I should know it. Is it from a show or a movie? I don't know why. It feels familiar. It feels as if I should know the song. Have you ever seen the rain? Who sings it? Can you tell me who sings it? Because I don't know. Palmyra, we are looking on the same direction as the English addicts. Yes, that is the reason why we are here. We are all crazy about the English language. I love the English language, and I have a feeling that you love it as well. We are going to take a short break. I'm going to show you one of my full English lessons, and then I will be back. This is an excerpt from Full English number 16, and then after that we'll be back live on the live chat. Don't go away. Do you ever find yourself stricken with shyness? Do you ever feel shy? Would you describe yourself as a shy person? It would be fair to say that we all feel a little shy from time to time. There are certain situations where shyness might affect you. Perhaps you are meeting someone for the first time. Even worse, perhaps you are about to meet many people who you don't know. They say that loneliness is a crowded room, and for a shy person, this is very true. We often equate nervousness with being shy. You might not know what to say in certain situations, which can lead to the appearance of being shy. A lack of confidence in certain situations can lead to an attack of shyness. We often position shy alongside awkward in a sentence. A shy person might be described as apprehensive, bashful, coy, retiring, and timid. A shy person might find themselves being accused of being antisocial or standoffish, as their silence can sometimes be misinterpreted as arrogance or conceitedness. I know this because it has happened to me. I can sometimes be quite shy in certain situations, which can lead to some people asking, "What's the deal with your friend Duncan? He won't speak to anyone. He seems a bit arrogant to me." No, I'm not being arrogant or stuck up or conceited. I'm just a little bit shy. That's all. Have you ever taken part in a contest or competition, and after the result or winner has been announced, you feel cheated? You find yourself thinking that perhaps the winner was chosen for a reason. Perhaps you felt that the competition was rigged or fixed. To rig something means to arrange a situation in such a way that the result is assured. To rig something is to cheat and fix a game or contest to go one particular way. For example, in a talent show, the winner might turn out to be a relative of one of the judges. This might lead people to think that the contest was rigged or fixed. In sport, a boxing match can be rigged so as to allow people to place heavy bets on the winner. One of the boxers taking part in the match is paid to take a fall so as to ensure that the other one wins. Almost anything can be rigged or fixed so as to give someone an advantage or a definite chance of winning. The world of English is indeed a fun and exciting place to be, but it can also be confusing for those learning the language. Some English words especially can create confusion and lead to mistakes being made. A good example of this confusion is the similarity between the words momentum and memento. They seem to be related, but in fact they are not. In physics, the word momentum relates to the quantity of motion of an object based on its mass and speed. That is to say, how heavy and how fast it can travel is related to the amount of energy it can create. This energy is classed as potential, which relates to what the object can do. For example, the weight and speed of a rolling rock will give you its potential energy value. The movement is its momentum. The force and thrust created is called impetus. Movement is impetus. Momentum can also relate to the driving force or impetus of a course of events, how one action or event can have an effect on other things. The size of the effect and how long it will last relates to its momentum. The discussion of a controversial topic will gain momentum as more people become involved. The word memento refers to an object that has been kept as a reminder of a past event. A memento is a souvenir. It is something that has been put aside as a treasured possession. A keepsake is a memento. A photograph taken at a special event can be a memento. Something bought during a trip to a particular place is a memento. So as you can see, the words momentum and memento are very different indeed. I hope you enjoyed that. An excerpt from one of my full English lessons. Yes, this is English Addict Live on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you very much for clicking on my face today. I do appreciate it. I hope you are having a good Saturday wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for your lovely messages. So many messages today. I can't begin to tell you how many messages I've seen on my live chat. My live chat is so busy. Thank you very much. Can I say thank you once again to the person who sent my little song thrush to my house. Isn't that lovely? A little song thrush. I will treasure this. I will put it with all of the other birds that I have collected over the years. So I love it. I love this bird so much. I can't begin to tell you how happy and excited I was when I saw this morning. I really cannot begin to tell you. Mr. Duncan, can I say what a look? What a look. If not, which case can I use a? We can say what a looky. So we can say looky. What a lucky coincidence. What a lucky chance. What a lucky moment. But we don't say what a look because we don't need to. We don't see look as something that is one single thing. So look is general. So you generally say look. I have lots of look, which means that good things tend to happen. Look. So not look with your eyes, look as in you have good luck or bad luck. So we don't say a look, we have good luck. We have good luck. We have good luck, bad luck. We can say that you are lucky, a person who often has good things happen to them. We might describe them as a lucky person. You are so lucky. Christine, hello, I am late today. Please excuse me. That's okay, Christine. It is lovely to see you here. I have forgotten just how hot the studio is when the lights are on. So because I have lots of studio lights around me, I actually forgot how hot this studio gets. So at the moment I've opened my window, even though it's raining outside, and there is the view outside at the moment. So it's looking very miserable, very glum and grey outside. It is a definite contrast to the weather that we've had over the past few days. The weather over the past few days has been incredible. And there is another view in the garden. You can see that many of the leaves have now come out on the trees. In the distance and also in my garden, you can see lots of green leaves have now come out. So that is the view right now outside. In fact, I think the rain has stopped. I have a feeling that the rain has actually now stopped. Yeah! The rain has stopped. We can all celebrate for that. Hello. Asa says, I am not Asa. I am Brahmadut or Brahmadut. Brahmadut. I hope I pronounce your name right. So I would imagine that the sound at the end is not heard, or maybe it is silent. Brahmadu or Brahmadut. I hope I pronounce that right. I sometimes try to pronounce your names, and yes, sometimes there are certain rules in your language where maybe a word or maybe an actual letter in your name is pronounced differently. So sometimes I do get it wrong, but just like all of us, we are all here to learn. Even me. Hello, Rose. Hello also, Christina. What about the daffodils? Sadly, the daffodils are now all starting to wither away. And Mr. Steve yesterday was moving some of the flowers as well. However, I think Steve has changed his mind. So he was going to put some roses in the corner of the garden, but I think now he's actually changed his mind. I think he's going to do something else, to be honest. Hello, Alisa Marie. I am just lurking here. Well, whether you are lurking, watching, waiting, stalking, you are more than welcome. Welcome to my live stream on a Saturday. I hope you are enjoying it. Your garden is nice. It is looking nice at the moment because everything is green. Suddenly, all of the leaves have come out on the trees. So I do like it when all of the green comes out. Suddenly everything looks fresh and alive. I like it a lot. Sean, in my childhood, I thought all European people were able to speak English, but obviously I am wrong. I am from an Eastern country. This is true, yes. Across Europe, there are many different languages. English has become dominant over the years. However, there are other European languages that are popular around the world, of course. I immediately think of Spanish. I also think of French. So you might be surprised to find out how many countries actually speak French. There are African countries where French is spoken. In Canada, there are many people who speak French. There are many people who have French as their second language, as I understand it. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is something I heard a few years ago. I think in Canada they teach French and English simultaneously, so you are actually learning two languages at the same time. I might be wrong there, but I think in some parts of Canada you actually learn in the curriculum, as you are learning, you actually learn both at the same time. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will tell me, because you do. You like to be pedantic sometimes. Mr. Duncan, you got that wrong. You were wrong. Francesca, I like the expression, I can't get over it. It always makes me laugh. Yes, if you can't get over something, maybe the surprise or the shock was so big, you can't recover. So if you can't get over something, I can't get over how long I've been doing this on YouTube. I can't get over it. You can't get past the feeling of surprise. So yes, it's a great expression. I like it. I like it a lot. Hello also to Rose Red, Constantine. Mr. Duncan, do you grow tulips in your garden? We normally have tulips later in the year. So quite often we do have at the bottom of the garden, at the front of the house, there are some tulips, and I do like them. They are very lovely flowers. I love the shape of a tulip. It's like a beautiful cup, don't you think? And I especially like red tulips. I don't know why. Red tulips and also white tulips are very beautiful. Beautiful flower. Very delicate. Mr. Duncan, the band Creedence Clearwater Revival performed a song, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Do you know it? I know Creedence Clearwater Revival. They were kind of a 60s group. They were into all of the flower power. Hey man, hey, we should all just make love, not war. Hey man. Creedence Clearwater Revival. They had a big hit. They had a big song called Woodstock. So look out for that one, or listen out for that one. Creedence Clearwater Revival. They were around. Hey man, during the flower power, and when all of the hippies were tripping. I can't believe I just said that. Being stalked is not funny. I know, Rose. It happened to me in China. It happened to me in China. I was stalked in China. It is something that I don't like to talk about, to be honest. So let's change the subject. Hello, Valentin. Hello also, Ali Bashin. Nice to see you here as well. Hello, Mr. Duncan, and hello to the small cute bird. You are looking very nice today. I hope so. I didn't have a shave. Unfortunately, I went without a shave. So I haven't shaved my face today. So I hope I don't look too untidy. Adrian says, why don't you ever wear the clothes you have in your studio when you are outside and the clothes you have outside when you are in your studio? Ooh, I'm confused already. Well, I don't wear this outside because it's too formal. So if you're outside, if you are enjoying nature, I think wearing a shirt and tie is not suitable. I think you need to be more free and relaxed when you are outside. However, in the studio, I like things to be a little more formal. Mm-hmm. And that is the reason why I wear my purple. Purple. It's a purple tie. Can everyone stop saying it's pink? Because it isn't. It's purple, okay? So I hope that answers your question. That is the reason why I wear this indoors. And when I'm outside, I like to wear my T-shirts and my colourful clothing. I think it looks rather nice. What can I do to speak English fluently? Asks Shaker Adam. Hello there, Adam. Well, as I always say, you must make English part of your life. Get used to using English every day. Make it a part of your life. Something that you can relate to. Something that you can become familiar with. Just like anything. So try to think of a song that you like singing. There was a moment of time in your life when you didn't know how to sing that song. You didn't know the words to the song, but now you do. And that is how you learn English. You become familiar with it. You find your own ways of learning English, remembering new words, listening, reading, writing. As I always say, writing is a very good way of learning a language. It really is. Hello to Zaijian. Hello, Zaijian. That sounds like goodbye in Chinese. Zaijian. So that's what you say, you see. You say ni hao when you say hello in Chinese, and you say zaijian. Zaijian means goodbye in Chinese. Please don't say goodbye just yet. I'm not going yet. Mr. Duncan, you are a workaholic. I am definitely a workaholic. And maybe sometimes I might be a chocolate-holic as well. A person who can't stop doing something. If you can't stop doing something, we can say you are a holic, work-holic or workaholic. Then you can be a chocolate-holic. You can't stop eating chocolate. Maybe an alcoholic, a person who can't stop drinking vodka, like Lena. Serena, Mr. Steve is going to put a vegetable garden in. He isn't. We have discussed this. I've discussed it with Steve, and we've both decided that we will not grow vegetables. We are not going to grow vegetables because I want to say laziness is the reason. I'm not sure if that is the reason, but it seems like a lot of work just to get a handful of potatoes, to be honest. Evangelina, Mr. Duncan, in my country, people only speak in Africa when they speak Spanish. Can you imagine? Finally, more people speak French or France. So the language of France is French because we are all around. We are around all of the French language speakers. This is something I said earlier. It is amazing as you travel around the world, you will hear languages that you might not be expecting to hear. So it is very strange. I think there is, and this is something I'm going to say now, I might get told off for this. I might actually get into trouble for saying this. But sometimes English people, when we are abroad, we can be a little arrogant. Wow. Mr. Duncan! We can't believe you just said that. But I think so. Some English people, and I think American people as well, when they are abroad in a country where English is not spoken, they can be a little arrogant. Because quite often we will go to another country and we will expect other people to speak English as well, which is not true. It isn't possible. So you can't always travel to another country and hear your own language being spoken. So this is something, an observation, and this is me criticising English people. So quite often we go abroad and we just automatically expect everyone around us to speak English. I don't. Of course, I understand the fact that not everyone speaks English. So if I travel to another country, I will not expect everyone to speak English. I'm not arrogant. However, there are a lot of people who do expect to have everything written in English, all of the menus in the restaurants. Why isn't this in English? Don't they know I'm English? So sometimes we can be a little arrogant, a little unkind as well when we go abroad. It does happen, and this is one of the biggest complaints about people who travel from the United Kingdom and also from America, because we do often expect other people to speak English, when in fact, of course, not everyone speaks English in the world. Not everyone. Hello, Unicorina. Mr. Duncan, I have a question about English grammar. Why do we say dust instead of another word when we remove the dust from the piece of furniture? Oh, I see, yes. Well, this is a very interesting use of a word as both a noun and a verb. And this happens a lot in English. So it isn't just that one particular word. Dust. Dust is something that floats around in the air, tiny particles, and eventually they will land or they will settle on your furniture. So sometimes you have to clean the dust off the furniture. You have to wipe the dust off the furniture. So that action is also called dusting. So to dust something means that you are clearing away the dust. You are moving the dust. So I need to dust my furniture. So in that sense, we are using it as a verb, dust. So you are using the same word that is a noun as a verb. And this happens a lot. Another good example, I suppose, is water. Water. You water your plant. So maybe you have a little flower that is growing in the window in your house. So you will take some water, noun, and you will water the plant, verb. Water, noun. The action is also water. You will water your plant. You are adding water to something. And if you dust something, you are removing the dust. So it might sound as if you are putting the dust onto the furniture, but it's actually the opposite. So we are using it as an action. So it doesn't matter if you are putting something on or taking it off. We are talking about an action. And in this case, dust is remove. You are taking away all of the dust. So that is the reason why sometimes in English you will find a noun is also used as a verb. Water is a good example. Carlo. Hello, Carlo. How are you? How are you found out? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean by my stalkers? Well, when I was in China, a lot of people knew who I was because my school persuaded me to go on television. And after that, lots of people recognised me in the street. A big mistake, really. A very big mistake. If you do plan to become famous, make sure you live in a castle or maybe a large house with lots and lots of security around the edge, or else you might have a difficult time. So make sure you choose the moment when you become famous. Christina, the dust is the noun, and you are dusting. Well, dusting is showing the action. You will dust. You are dusting. So we are using that as the present participle. You are actually doing it. Unicorina, we remove the dust. We don't add dust. That is true, as I mentioned earlier. Yes, it's true. You are taking away the dust. Of course, there are other things you can use. If you are cleaning the dust away, we can say that you are cleaning. You are cleaning your furniture. Cleaning. Sometimes we can use the word polish. You are polishing your furniture. You are making the furniture look clean again. Yes, I am watering the plants. I am adding water to the plants. I would probably use the word undust. Undust. Yes, it would make more sense. However, it's a little bit more awkward to say. So I think sometimes in English, sometimes certain phrases or verbs or nouns are kept simple. They are kept very simple. Hello, Vitas. Mr. Duncan, what about normal? Normal is coming in a moment. Normal is coming in a moment. First of all, let's also look at surprise, because surprise is something that when it comes along, well, how do you feel when you have a surprise? How do you feel when you receive a surprise? Like me, I had a lovely surprise today. I felt astonishment. Can you see that? I hope so, because it's come out very small. I don't know why. It doesn't look very big on the screen. So I hope you can see that. Astonishment is also surprise. You are astonished. You experience astonishment. Astonishment. So the word astonishment means surprise. You are surprised by something happening. I am surprised. I experience astonishment. Wow. Astonishment. Another expression, amazement. So something that surprises you, you feel amazement. Amazement by something. So you are amazed. I'm amazed. You feel amazement. Or, of course, surprise. You can have a nice surprise or an unpleasant surprise. Here's an interesting word. Incredulity. Incredulity is an interesting word. Incredulity. Now, this can be used in many ways, but quite often it will be something that you greet with surprise, amazement, or maybe sometimes doubt as well. So maybe sometimes you might be doubtful. Maybe you think that something is too good to be true. You express incredulity. You are surprised, but also maybe a little doubtful as well. I like that one. Here's another one. Bewilderment. Oh, bewilderment. If you feel bewilderment, you are bewildered. Bewilderment. Surprise. astonishment. I can't believe it. A lot of people on the live chat today. Oh, wow. It's really getting busy. Hello, Dr. Victor Fursov. Mr. Duncan, what about the correct pronunciation and use of the word invite and invitation? Well, you might receive an invitation as a request. So sometimes the word invitation can just mean request. So you receive an invitation. Sometimes we think that that means that you have been asked to go to a party, but actually it can also be a request to do something. I have received an invitation to try some new software. So you are actually being offered something as an invitation. So in that sense, you are being asked if you would like to join something, such as a new website or maybe a new group on the internet. And invite, of course, is a noun and also a verb. You invite someone to your house. Would you like to come to my house and have a look at my bird collection? I invite you to the house. I might send you an invite, which is the thing that is asking you if you would like to come. And in that sense, it is a noun. Christina. Yes, incredulity. You are so surprised, you are so shocked by something, you actually don't believe it. It is something that is so surprising, you actually don't believe it. You doubt that it might be real. Maybe you win the lottery. Maybe you become the next King of England. Wonder. Here's another one as well. Surprise and wonder. Something that makes you just feel so amazed. Wow, I can't believe it. Something you see. Maybe you see something in nature which is incredible. You feel surprise. You feel wonder because you can't believe it. I can't believe that that thing is real. We might also feel surprise and confusion. So sometimes a surprise can leave us feeling slightly confused at the same time. It is true. You can feel confusion as surprise because it's something that you weren't expecting. Something that makes you, what? What? You are surprised, but also you might be confused. You might feel disbelief because the thing is so amazing. It is such an amazing thing. You feel disbelief. As a phrase, we might say that you are bowled over. I am bowled over. It means you are so surprised by something, you feel some sort of emotional reaction. There is a strong emotional reaction. You really can't believe that this happened. You are bowled over. Quite often we will use this in a positive sense. So maybe something that you weren't expecting, maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend suddenly asks you to marry them. You are bowled over. You are so surprised. You feel a very strong emotional response. You are blown away. Blown away. If you are blown away by something, then you are really surprised. You are quite surprised and shocked. You are blown away. Something that you can't believe that you are looking at. I'm blown away. Maybe you hear some information that you didn't know before, something that has made you feel quite surprised. You are blown away by it. You are very surprised. Hello to the live chat. Anna Pika, Mr. Duncan, you have been talking for almost 2 hours. Your voice is getting very rough. Do you have some water close to you? Fortunately, I do have some water right here. Oh, that's nice. That's very refreshing. Something unexpected might also be a surprise. Unexpected. So something unexpected is something you did not expect. You might describe it as a surprise. You are unaware of something. So quite often a surprise will be something that you didn't know before. You didn't know that your friends were going to give you a birthday party. Suddenly, all of your friends are around you. You were unaware that your friends were going to give you a surprise birthday party. You might be taken aback. Wow. Or left speechless. So you are taken aback. If you are taken aback, it means you are really surprised. Something has left you really surprised. I can't believe it. I am taken aback. This can be something good or bad. So this one, taken aback, can be negative or positive. So maybe just something you weren't expecting. But quite often we might use this as a bad surprise. I was taken aback. I couldn't believe that it happened. I was taken aback. I was left speechless. I was actually left speechless. Taken aback. Left speechless. You can't speak because you are so shocked or surprised by the thing that has happened. So there are some ways of expressing surprise, just like this morning when the postman came to my house. He knocked on my door and he left a parcel. And inside the parcel was this, a lovely gift. Very surprised and also delighted at the same time. Very delighted. Tomek. Oh, hello, Tomek. Nice to see you here. I'm working from home. 45 minutes to go and the weekend will arrive. I can't wait. Hi, Tomek. Nice to see you back. I haven't seen you for a while. Where have you been? Hello also to Sean again. Hello, Sean. I am taken aback when I heard something horrible about inside the dark web. Yes, maybe you discover that something really horrible, really terrible is going on over there in the dark web. So don't worry, you are not on the dark web at the moment. So this is not the dark web. This is what I like to call the happy web. This is the happy web. Welcome to the happy, bright, cheerful web where everything is lovely and nice. To be honest, Mr. Duncan, I am not a very good student. I only remember a few words after a few days. Jaffa cakes, heron and bun. I feel ready for the everyday English now. Oh, okay then. Well, Jaffa cakes, one of my favourite snacks. Heron is a type of large bird that feeds fish. It feeds from rivers or ponds and it will eat fish. And in my garden, I have a plastic heron. Would you like to see my heron in the garden? So this particular heron is actually fake. I will bring my little arrow so you can see it. So there is my heron in the garden. So my little heron is not real. That particular heron is made of plastic. However, it is very realistic. Something that is realistic is something that looks almost real. So every morning when I wake up, I look out of my window and I always say, "Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Heron. I hope you are having a nice day." So quite often that is what I will do in the morning when I see my heron, even though it's not real. I know it's strange. My name pronunciation is Brahmadath. Oh, okay then. Is that better? Is that better? My name's pronunciation is Brahmadath. Wow, I think I've got it right. Incredible. I think I deserve a round of applause for that. That's enough. No more. It might go to my head. Mr. Duncan, what does no comment mean? If you say no comment, what does it mean? Well, it means I have nothing to say. Maybe a person asks you a question and you don't want to give an answer. So you will just say no comment. It means you have nothing to say. Quite often, if you are being pursued by a newspaper reporter, they might ask you some difficult questions and you might turn around and you will say, no comment. It means I have nothing to say. I don't want to answer your question. No comment. I have nothing to say. T.S. I am taken aback now because I know the number of people who are infected by... Yes. Some people seem to think that this is all going to come to an end. Some people think that this will be over next month. I don't think so. I think we still have a long way to go before all of this crazy stuff comes to an end. I still think we have a long way to go. Certainly here in the UK, from my own point of view. So I'm not talking about other countries, but I am talking about here in the UK. I think we still have a long way to go before things return to normal. Hey, did you see what I did there? So here is another word that we keep hearing at the moment. A lot of people say, oh, I wish things would return to normal. It's an interesting word, isn't it? We use this quite often. Sometimes we use it fairly, and sometimes we use it unfairly as well. When we are talking about people, their behaviour, or their beliefs. So the word normal is one that is often used at the moment. People are wishing that things would return to normal. Can we please have the normal times back? To be honest with you, I don't know what normal is. When we are talking about society, because we all behave in so many different ways, what is normal? What is a normal thing? We might also say usual. So a normal thing is something that is usual. Usual. A thing that you might see many times or hear about or observe. It is usual. Usual. How was your day at work? I had a usual day. It was the usual day. Everything was the same. It was all normal. Usual. It's an interesting one to pronounce. Usual. A usual day. Something that is often seen might be described as commonplace. This can also be used negatively. So quite often something we feel bored with, something we see too many times. Maybe you are bored watching me. Oh, Mr. Duncan, you are here every day. You have become so commonplace. You are always here. However, commonplace often means something that you always see, something that is usual, something that you might consider as normal. Typical, a typical day, something that is normal. Nothing unusual happened. It was just a normal day. It was a typical day. Typical, normal. We might also use the word average. It was an average day. Nothing special, nothing bad, nothing really good, just average. An average day, an average time. I think you can safely say that at the moment we are not living through average times. I think at the moment everything is not average or normal. Something ordinary or ordinary. So some people pronounce this ordinary. Some people pronounce it ordinary. Something usual, normal, ordinary. Nothing special. Standard as well. Something that has no extra features. So you might have standard definition on your television. So the definition or the picture is just a normal picture. So it isn't clear. It isn't high definition. Standard. Something that is standard is the normal thing that you would get. It is nothing special. It is standard. Standard. Hello to Husna. Hello, Husna. It is my first time to hear about your country. Thank you for telling me that, because I will research about it. I am from Oman and some of my relatives are from Africa, especially from Zizbar. Oh, I wonder where Zizbar is. Zizbar. I've never heard of Zizbar. I wonder if you mean Zimbabwe, but Zizbar. Interesting. Thank you, Husna. Nice to hear from you. And I always find it very interesting also when people are sharing experiences of their own country or their own lives. This is the reason why we are here. We are all here to share our love of the English language by listening and also writing on the live chat. So yes, I think it's a great thing to do. Something that is ordinary is average. Something that is not ordinary we can describe as extraordinary. An extraordinary thing happened today. Something not normal. Something very unusual happened. Extraordinary. Or extraordinary. You see? Some people pronounce it one way and some people pronounce it another way. Anna Pika, is Mr. Steve scheduled for tomorrow? We always look forward to seeing him. Yes, we will be here tomorrow. I will be back 2 p.m. tomorrow. And of course, yes, tomorrow we have Mr. Steve. He will be here tomorrow. So here he was yesterday. So this is Mr. Steve in the garden yesterday. There he is. Look. So Steve yesterday was in the garden and he was so busy. So tomorrow I will be giving Mr. Steve a rest and he will be coming with me. He will be joining me live on the live stream tomorrow. So yes, to answer your question, Anna Pika, Mr. Steve will be with us tomorrow. Yes, definitely. And there was Mr. Steve in the garden digging. FC says, Mr. Duncan, you are not commonplace or normal. Well, that is something I've had said to me in my life so many times, from my young years to this very moment. A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, you're not normal, are you? And I say, no, I am not. I am not normal. Hello to Nguyen Minh. Nice to see you back again. Hello to Vietnam and everyone in Vietnam. Something that is normal might be described as regular. Something that is normal might be described as regular. A regular thing. Something that is regular, normal, commonplace, often seen. Something that is seen often. Something that is standard is regular. You might go to a fast food restaurant. Well, maybe not at the moment, because many of them are closed. But you might go to a fast food restaurant and you will ask for a drink, a fizzy drink. They will ask, would you like a regular drink or large drink? And you will say regular. Can I have a regular drink, please? I want a regular drink because I am trying to lose weight. So I only want a regular one. So quite often, regular is the smallest that they have. Regular. Something normal might be something that is seen as acceptable. This one is a big subject. So what is normal quite often is determined by what people see as acceptable. So everyone is different, everyone is unique. We all have our strange ways. We all have our unusual quirks and habits and lifestyles. So some people might say that something they find acceptable is normal. However, the opposite is unacceptable. So a person might see something as not normal. They will see it as unacceptable. Acceptable is something that people accept as normal. It is common, every day, something you will always see. Maybe a certain type of behaviour that is always done or carried out, something that is customary. Something that is customary or customary. So you might say customary or customary. So something that is often done or carried out as a ritual, or maybe something that is done in society as a type of politeness. Customary, something you often do, something that is done as a normal thing. Something you see every day might be described as everyday. So in this sense, it is one word. We are talking about something that you see often, something that is always around you, or something that can be seen often. An everyday occurrence, an everyday object. So maybe a cup. You might describe this glass as an everyday item. So this is something you see every day. It is an everyday item. So in that sense, it is one word, every day. It is an everyday item, something common, something that you see often. You might describe it as normal, a normal thing. Run of the mill. Oh, okay then. So this is an interesting phrase. Run of the mill. If something is run of the mill, it is average, normal, nothing special. It is just run of the mill. Run of the mill. Something that is not special, something that is common and often seen. And normal, is run-of-the-mill. I like that expression. Hello, Yassir. Hello, Yassir. Yassir El-Shahir says, beautiful class. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I know during these strange times you might find that you have nothing to do. However, I will be with you here on YouTube every day. Every day. I'm here every day on YouTube. Definitely. By the way, can I just say thank you very much for all of your lovely messages and also your donations as well. Thank you very much. I've received some nice donations on my PayPal. If you want to send a donation, you can. There is my PayPal address on the screen now. And thank you very much to all those who have been making donations and also regular donations, because I do all of this for free. It costs you nothing. It costs nothing whatsoever. And if you want to get in touch, you are more than welcome to as well. You can send me an email. You can also get in touch with me on Facebook. Yes, I have a Facebook page as well. It's almost time to say goodbye. It's almost time to disappear from your screen. But I will be with you for a few more moments. Don't worry. Normal words. Words that describe something that is normal. It is something that is seen often. So something that you might see often. Maybe where you live, maybe in your neighbourhood, or maybe in your house. Something that is seen often is normal, something you see. It is not unusual, it is not strange, it is seen often. Maybe there is a certain type of bird that you see often. Oh, I like this one. For those who like playing golf, you might actually know this one. If you are on par, it means everything is going as it should. Everything is running smoothly. It is all running normally. And also for people who play golf, it means your match is also going very well. Everything is going as you expect. Something is on par. Interesting. Isn't that an interesting phrase? Something is on par. And finally, we might also say something that is commonplace, something normal, is similar. So we might see many things around us that are very similar. They are things that you see often. They are often seen. They are similar. So even though this does not mean normal, it might also mean something that you see often. Things that are all alike. They are common. You see them everywhere. They are normal. So that is what we were doing. One of the things we were doing today was talking all about the word normal. And at the moment, many people are wishing that we would return to normal times. I know what you mean. I know how you feel. I really do. Because here in the UK, people are saying the same thing. We would love for everything to return to normal. Blanca. Hello, Blanca. I had a very good time listening to you. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Don't forget, I'm back tomorrow. Tomorrow here, 2 p.m. UK time. Back with you again. We'll have one last look outside. So there is the view at the moment. It is very dull and very grey outside. And also in the garden, the back garden is looking lovely and green. And I will be leaving you with that view today. thank you for your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. And I will be back tomorrow, yes, the same time, 2 p.m. UK time. I will try not to be late. Today was a crazy day. I had many things to do and sort out. A very busy day, to be honest with you. I hope tomorrow things will be a little bit more relaxed. Although I doubt it, because tomorrow I will be joined by Mr. Steve. Thank you very much for your company. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Unicarina, Eleanor, Nguyen Min. Thank you very much. You speak English very well. Thank you. I've had a lot of practice. I've been practicing for a very long time. Hello also to Mona, also Anne Khan. Hello to you. And also to Blanca and Christine as well. Husna, thank you very much for joining me today. And to everyone else, if I've left your name out, please don't get angry with me. There are many people to say hello and goodbye to. Thanks for joining me. You will have another chance to join in tomorrow with the live chat because I'm back with you from 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, thank you very much for all of your company today. I have enjoyed it very much. See you later. And of course, until tomorrow, what time? 2 p.m. UK time. Yes, that's it. And of course, it is time to rest my voice. Ta-ta for now.